a video. We are doing a recipe for kind of like an appetizer thing. It's gonna be salsa inside these little peppers, and we're gonna teach you guys how to make my nacho cheese sauce, which is Nate's absolute favorite sauce.
One of my faves.
You can find it in my Dips and Dressings book. It is in the topping section under spicy taco cheese sauce. So we're making that today. And we're gonna start with the salsa. So we have already chopped up, Nate already chopped up all of these tomatoes super awesomely. There is a yellow onion, it's about half of a small one, and then some cilantro. You can put whatever you want in here, really. I mean...
Sure, salsa.
We could squeeze that lime in here.
Okay.
And for seasonings, I'm gonna put some red pepper flakes because we like it spicy. So we're gonna put lots of red pepper flakes in there. Again, you guys put whatever you want in. I love putting cumin in my salsa.
Love cumin and salsa.
It's the best. So I'm gonna put some in there. And garlic powder. Garlic powder for sure. You could squeeze a garlic clove in like a press and use it fresh if you want, but we don't have access to one of those, so we're just using garlic powder.
Garlic powder.
Yeah, so, and then we'll stir this up, and while I am stirring...
I'll start making the nacho cheese sauce.
Yes.
So this nacho cheese sauce calls for some sour cream, which is also in Lissa's Dips and Dressing book. So we are going to put some of this in there. Actually, we're just going to pour it.
Yeah. It says about 2 tablespoons, but we're making like a double, triple batch, so you can always add more. You can add as much of the sour cream as you want, really. It just depends on how much you want to make and how creamy you want it.
Right. And so it also calls for a little bit of sweet bell pepper, right? And we're just going to use these 3 small little bells, 3 kind of small cloves of garlic, a little bit of paprika, and a jalapeno. Now, there's an optional choice in there, which is to add pepper flakes. We've actually got some homemade super special jalapeno flake blend.
Those are super spicy. If you open it and smell it, it gets up in your nose.
You don't want to smell the powdered peppers, no. And then also some nutritional yeast. So those 2, the peppers, nutritional yeast, are optional, but we're going to go ahead and go with that little bit of optional today. So we're using about half teaspoon of paprika. We've got the chunks of garlic going in. We've got the jalapeno going in.
And remember, you guys can de-seed it. Take the white pith out if you don't want it as spicy.
Right, so yeah, just take out the center.
Yeah.
Because that center with all the seeds, that's definitely what gives a good heat. We're going to keep one of them in there because we like it hot. And then we're also going to just cut the tops off these peppers here. Get these cracked open. And the Vitamix does such a beautiful job. You don't really have to cut it up too much. Just a little bit. Maybe to help it just a smidge. So we've got those pups going in there. Now let's go with a little bit of this jalapeno flakes. So
spicy nacho cheese sauce.
We kind of like it hot, so you can use it at your discretion, the pepper flakes. Nutritional yeast.
And this is also optional, guys. This gives it the cheesy flavor, but it's equally amazing without. So if you have sensitivities to nutritional yeast, don't worry, you don't need to put it in, but we don't have a problem with it, so we're going to include it.
Sure. And I think we used probably like about, I would say a 1/4 cup. We'll see. Let's blend it up. Now you can keep it in there going, and it eventually gets hotter from the spin.
Yeah, so you can have like a warm nacho cheese sauce that you can drizzle. So now he's done that. I am going to actually...
Look at this, you guys. Look at this here. This nacho cheese sauce.
Oh my goodness.
And we could have it a little thicker, but that is just... the color is so beautifully cheesy.
It's perfect.
Get the old trusty spatula out. That way we can get every little bit because it's so good.
I I'm gonna slice up our little boats. Now, when you're slicing up these little peppers, when you find how they lay on the cutting board, lay flat, you know, flip them around a couple times to see, then tilt it to the side and cut that way. Because that way you're cutting on the side that isn't flat,
Yeah.
right?
So you
So
have
when they
more.
lay down, they lay flat.
You have more surface to grab with. I like that.
Just makes it so much easier. So we'll just take the tops off of these.
Those look good.
So you have a very quick, simple, easy little hors d'oeuvres that you can make for parties. You can make platters of them and eat them for
Yeah.
lunch. Like, it really doesn't matter.
Some hors d'oeuvres.
But it's great to take to social gatherings.
Yeah.
So we've got here finished, ready to go, and we didn't take very long to do.
Yep. I mean, just a little bit of prep work, cutting up the tomatoes and onions, which we saved you guys the pain of watching us do that because it was a good 10 minutes.
Yeah, a good 10 minutes, but super fast, super easy. So we'll put the salsa in our little boats, just like so.
She does such a good job plating these things up, doesn't she?
Thank you.
We'll get some
Good.
still pics
Yeah.
afterwards. Oh yeah,
Look at that.
Plate it up.
And then sometimes it gets messy, but you just take your time. If you want the presentation, totally go for it. Because it's actually a lot of fun to do food prep or presentation.
The presentation.
So as you can see, here we go. Will you do the honors, kind sir?
Sure. Surely I will.
Excellent. Make it messy and get it all over the board.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, because that's, you know, gourmet when
Right.
it's all over the cutting board. Look at that. Woohoo! Whoa! See, that's why you want to make sure that all the sides are, you know, stay up straight because they tip over. But as the finishing touch, I'm going to take some of this ground chipotle powder that we got from Oaktown Spice Shop when we were in California.
That was fun.
Yep.
This spice shop, I mean, I hadn't felt like a kid in a candy store in a long time.
Yeah, it was so awesome. We got these little itty bitty tiny wooden spoons from them too, with these little wooden bowls.
So cool. Uh-oh, she's breathing in the spice. Don't breathe in the spice.
Totally spicy. So then you just kind of tap the spoon.
Just ever so slightly. This is where the skill set comes in, because man, you can really overdo it and
Yep.
really mess up your whole scene. Oh, that looks
Looks
so
so-
cool.
Perfect. So there's one piece of onion. But there we go.
Thumbnail.
There's our little hors d'oeuvres.
Beautiful.
You guys want one? Reach in and
Reach
get it.
in.
Oh,
Excellent.
so awesome. So if you guys liked this video, if you like videos of us doing recipes together, please click like and subscribe to my channel to get notifications for more. You can find me on Facebook, Lissa's Raw Food Romance, on Instagram at Raw Food Romance, and on Snapchat, Lissa Raw Vegan. But I would also love if you would follow my love, Raw Natty Nate, on...
I'm on Snapchat, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook at Raw Natty Nate.
Yeah, so head on over and follow him too. Because there's videos of both of us on his channel that if you want to see more, you gotta go over there.
Right, we'll kind of like switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, so you're
Yeah.
gonna see everything from all angles.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, and fruit on. So here we go. We have all of these ingredients all set out and pretty because we filmed a video on how to make these little appetizers. What are you doing?
Oh.
No, you can't. Go ahead. I was gonna say, what are you doing? You'd be like, I'm taking one.
I've got to take one.
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Really, really bad. I should probably eat them all.
You always say that, you silly. Trying to convince me? Nope. Yoink. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.